Mm-hmm.
Josh,
Isaac.
tell me why your cupboard door is open.
My cupboard door is open because I had to make coffee for the rest of these ungrateful mongoloids.
That was very good.
Tyler,
I
tell me
appreciate
what
the
we're
coffee.
doing.
I'm just sitting here recording an episode of Up What You Think. America's only super drunk podcast. We're really drunk tonight on hams, Corbell, dead guy whiskey, a couple martinis. I'm just drinking the dirty martini mix, a bunch of olive juice. Will, what you drinking over there, baby?
Bush latte that I found under my canoe.
He found some bush latte under his canoe. I always love finding bush under my canoe, baby. We drinking Pecatonic up here. We're eating fried chicken. This is a fun time right here in the Old What You Think podcast. Today we have a special guest. I already introduced him. His name is Will Hyun.
Yep.
We have regular folks, Isaiah, Jason, and Josh.
I'm so tired.
He's so tired. It's 11:21 right now. We drank a lot of beer. We did a couple podcasts already. We have to redo this one because Isaac was talking about a penis piercing.
Oh, man. What are we doing now?
Why are we bringing that up again?
It is funny.
But today we're going to talk about time travel. Now, Will, have you ever time traveled?
Yes.
You said that too confidently.
Yes.
Are you trying to like warn us something
Don't-
about Nebraska?
don't-
Or-
don't-
He just
man.
wants more pretzels.
Yeah, I sat in a car for a half hour and 12 o'clock turned into 12:30.
We drove across state line.
All right.
You know who's time traveled?
Who?
Them Simpson peoples.
Like,
Sure thing. Them Simpson people time travel, but you know who else did? Today's subject, we are talking about Mike, the Madman from Missouri. Mike Markham. Have you guys ever heard of this guy before?
I think
Nope.
so.
I heard
The
about
first
him
time.
5 minutes ago when we did our first take.
I was with him when he first started doing things.
Well, while Will was with Mr. Markham, I don't know what he was doing. Anywho, have you guys heard of Coast to Coast AM?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a popular late night AM radio show where you can call in. Basically, they talk about ghosts and ghouls and goblins and all this other stuff. Most of the people are crazy. Isaac?
No, I was just making a.
I was going to say that's why it's because it was AM radio. That's why I haven't heard of it.
It is AM radio.
You don't
Hey,
listen to AM radio, bud?
No.
Oh, that's like the best way to like get like weird sports that aren't in your area.
I really actually genuinely like AM.
I listen.
Carry
Shout
on.
out to all our AM radio folks out there. We can't go on your podcast because we say the F word.
Yeah.
Fart?
There's a lot of words we
French.
say. Yeah, we don't
French.
French.
French fart.
We hate. The only thing we hate more than French people is the French Canadian.
And the French farts.
That's not true. We hate fibs the most.
That too.
Oh, that starts with H.
So anyway, Mike Markham, this guy would call Coast to Coast AM all the time. He'd talk to our Bell. He'd be like, hey, I'm building this time machine in my garage. And what he'd do with this time machine, or how he started this time machine, Will's open up a tasty bush latte. He'd basically make a Jacob's ladder, which Jason, Mr. Fat Checker, what is a Jacob's ladder?
So Jacob's ladder, more formally known as a high voltage traveling arc. So you would have two conductive wires that kind of like end up drifting apart a little bit. You apply a very high voltage to like, you know, each of the ones, so positive and negative on the one. And basically as kind of like, depending on like the humidity, temperature, stuff like that, it will like travel up the thing, kind of like creating an arc and short circuiting as it goes up.
So
it's
basically,
very cool.
it looks like rabbit ears on an old CRT TV that has electricity going through it.
Exactly, but like it's
I
like
believe-
the very like colorful like
I believe
short circuit arc.
Fry in Futurama described it the best as you're not a real scientist unless you have one of those things that goes.
Yep.
And I know all of my listeners aren't knowing what I'm describing, like physically, but you know what I'm describing mentally.
Yep.
They don't.
I do.
Guys, we don't have any listeners.
saw it.
Who are we joking? Anyway, so Mike would say, oh yeah, I'm using this Jacob's ladder and I'm using a CD laser to reduce the air resistance between the poles, and a shimmering vortex forms. So he'd call Coast to Coast AM and talk about his experiments. So first he'd do the Jacob's ladder and he'd apply high voltage to it. And he's like, oh, you know, there's weird stuff there. And then he added the CD laser and it was like a little vortex formed in the Jacob's ladder and the high voltage. And then he threw a screw through the vortex. And
What happened to the screw?
It completely disappeared.
And then it reappeared in his butt.
Josh, I don't know.
He doesn't know where it reappeared. So this piece of matter completely disappeared. So he threw the screw through it, completely disappeared. And he was calling our bell like every couple weeks. So Mike got in some legal trouble because he was going around, and Isaac, you can tell us how much this cost, but he stole 6 industrial transformers from a power station to power his new machine that he built in his garage.
Oh, were they 3-phase or single phase?
I'm going to assume 3-phase.
Really? 6 of them?
Well,
6.
That's a lot.
This was the late 90s, so like what would they have done?
How is he
back
hauling
then?
them? They're heavy.
He has a truck.
Oh.
It's Missouri.
Is he by himself?
He's a time traveler.
I
Probably.
need the logistics.
They're only
type.
heavy in the past.
Which ones aren't that heavy?
None of them.
Could you handle one of them like solo?
No.
Or are you just not trying hard enough?
Yes.
So in 1996, he got arrested for stealing these transformers. So he's like a literal.
How old were you then, Ty?
I was 4.
Wow.
We
Listening
old
to
were
Coast
you,
to Coast
Will?
AM.
Look at him. Look at him do math.
9.
He was 9.
Now he remembers.
I did use my fingers.
He used
Anyway.
something else.
There's a lot of tree frogs in this studio right now.
Oh, no.
Hey, keep going. I'm curious about this.
That was
Yeah. So anyway, so he got arrested. We're waiting till the smell dissipates a little
I
bit.
didn't fart.
It was the tree frogs.
It was that goddamn screw coming back from Missouri.
My butt.
So anyway, basically what happened, he got arrested because he stole all these transformers, and he was still calling our bell saying, hey, I'm working on this. I got this transformer. He was an electrical engineer by trade too, so he wasn't just some crazy guy, some meth head. Could have still did meth. I don't
Still probably crazy in
still
some
probably
way.
crazy a little bit. But he had to go to jail. And then in 1997, he built a larger machine somehow. So I'm not sure if he stole more transformers or what was going on.
How do you even do that? That's
But he
crazy.
was calling coast to coast all the time. And then all of a sudden, he was like, I'm going to try out my machine. And then no calls. Coast to coast didn't hear from him for a couple years. Then in Ohio, 2 years later, a body was found. And who was it?
Jim.
It was Mike.
Far.
So
Was it
Mike was
Mike?
found in Ohio 2 years later. Nobody heard from him for 2 years. He was found in a field holding a strange device.
What was
Describe
what was
the
like
device, Ty. We're on edge. Describe it. Was he dead?
No, he was alive.
Was he naked?
Poof, what?
I'm not sure if he was
How
naked.
big was
Did
his
he know
crank?
what happened to him?
Was he? Yeah. Did you say was he naked?
Yeah, I asked how big his crank was, too.
Oh.
No respect for that.
Why do you always ask about
Well, I'm curious about the logistics.
He just needs to know what he's messing up against.
Time travel.
But yeah,
Did
anyway,
it
so
help him?
he basically ended up in Ohio and then went on with his life. He called Art Bell
Wait,
again.
is this the guy that you said went like schizophrenic, didn't remember nothing, or he remembered everything?
No, he didn't remember anything.
Why
Yeah,
would he
was
want to
just
go
like,
to
it's
Ohio?
it was a new life for him, right?
And for those 2 years, yeah, he woke up, didn't really remember anything, and it took a little while for him to remember what happened with his life. But it was Mike Markham. So he disappeared for 2 years, completely disappeared off the grid, woke up in Ohio holding this strange machine.
But did he have a recollection of what happened in those 2 years?
Not
Like, was
right
he
away.
doing something though in those 2 years, or did he was just all of a sudden there?
Well, so there's proof of him calling Coast to Coast AM.
Right, but while he was gone for those 2 years, was he somewhere else doing something different?
No.
Or he was just gone for 2
No,
years?
he was gone for 2 years.
That's
Jason.
crazy.
So like he was arrested before he disappeared the first time. Could they like compare fingerprints or anything like that when he like randomly reappeared in Ohio?
So from everything it says, it's the same guy.
Okay.
It's the same guy. Reappeared in Ohio. I mean, he could have.
Is he still
Potential-
alive?
He might still be
Maybe we
alive.
can add him
I mean,
on Facebook.
He was 21 years old in 1996.
So he's
Will's
like,
doing the math right
I
now.
want to
he's
cross
like
eyed.
90 now.
I mean,
Huh?
he's our dad's age.
He's not that old, Josh.
I was making a joke, Isaac.
I can't do math, but I know he ain't that old, babe.
Like
He's probably like,
He's born in 75. He's 50 years old.
Oh, look at that.
that's young.
Boom.
That's young.
Happy 50th, Mike. Do you want to come on the pod?
Hey,
Is
Mike.
he my dad?
No.
He might
be.
be.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
Has your mom ever met a time traveler?
He liked
Maybe.
electricity.
So either
tingles.
You like
either way,
electricity.
so this guy, woke up and then he started calling Coast to Coast AM again. So basically, he disappeared completely, called Coast to Coast AM,
And then fell back into his
and
niche.
fell back into it, but never built the machine again. He was scared to build the machine again. Art Bell interviewed him, and he said, "Yeah, I went through the vortex, and then I just don't want to do it again." He disappeared for 2 years. So, the crazy thing about it, I don't know if you guys have any recollection. This is outside the Midwest, but I don't know if you guys have heard rumors about the Philadelphia experiment,
Yes.
right? Where they sent high voltage to this ship, and then the ship
It disappeared.
allegedly disappeared and then reappeared a few years later. There's
With
people
dudes fused into the hull and everything
exactly,
like that.
and then it disappeared again.
Different
Right.
episode.
That's not in the Midwest though.
That's not in the Midwest, but I'm just saying.
We're gonna branch out. There's only so much.
I want to know what happened to his house during those 2 years.
The realtor wants to know what happened to his house in those 2 years. I'm not sure. We don't have evidence.
What happened to his bank account?
Those utilities.
True. Who was paying his property tax?
Mortgage?
I mean, he
Was
was
he
kind of a
married?
loner. He was only 21, right? So
Didn't have-
he might not have
Maybe it
had
was his
much.
parents' garage.
Yeah, could have
or
been his
rental.
parents' garage. Yeah.
If he would have been Josh, no one in that 2 years would have closed that cupboard door.
That'd suck.
Isaac, stop
That
stop mentioning the cupboard door. You're
Good
gonna
push.
date all of our episodes.
Why is it open?
So this will be a shorty. But I guess, what do you guys think about this?
Oh, this
Think-
is short.
Could be a possibility
Of
So
what?
start with Will. Could be a possibility of what?
that it happened.
That what happened?
That he went through the vortex and then
I have a lot more
came about
questions.
in Ohio.
So you're thinking
But where did he live originally?
Missouri. So that's the other thing
That
too.
is the Midwest, though.
He went through the vortex in Missouri, woke up in a field in Ohio.
It's not that far away.
Yeah, but it's through space time. The Earth is flying through space.
That's what I'm saying.
The solar system flying through space.
Okay, what
And
kind
to
of
end up a
horrible
state
stuff
away?
do you have to do to end up in Ohio, though?
Ohio doesn't exist.
Sounds to me like he ended up in the wheat field and woke up in the wheat
I
field.
want to know where's this device. Is there any pictures of the device?
We can look that up
There's
and
no
share
chance
it
of
with
that,
her.
buddy. The government's destroyed that year.
He just kind of described it a little bit as using a Jacob's ladder and then a couple other stuff where he just jacked up the voltage with some transformers he stole. But
Guys, clearly he Rip Van Winkled himself.
How would you do that, Mr. Isaac?
could I
with the
just
transformers
plug a
to get
transformer into the
electricity?
wall?
Well, yeah, what's he doing with all the transformers?
But yeah, how does he get a lot of electricity?
Well, there.
So a transformer takes one voltage and transforms it to another.
Oh, it does?
So if he
What?
has a
That-
couple of them in parallel, could he really jack up the voltage?
I mean, the crazy
super
thing
high?
is, this guy caused a blackout in his neighborhood when he was testing his
Yeah.
machine.
Okay.
His
I
whole
gotta-
neighborhood got blacked
It's
out.
recorded?
I gotta,
It's recorded.
I
In
gotta-
January
That's
29th,
cool.
1995, Josh, you're going to say something?
I gotta ask you guys, do you think he went into the vortex wiener first?
Like he had a hard on?
Will's the only one willing to answer that question.
Do you
The
think
rest
he-
of us were like, what a stupid
Do you
question.
think he went into the vortex wiener first?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think that matters at all.
But
I
but
think
if
he
there's a
does
random
matter.
dick
How do you
floating
finger?
around in Ohio, that
Yeah.
would
He's like, oh, there it went. I better go find it.
It's not worth finding.
What if he had a few?
This
inches to
could be
spare?
real. I think we need to find him on Facebook and do some more research.
Do some more research or interview him. Josh, what do you think of this?
Interview him.
It
would be
is
fucking cool.
I mean, even though it was the 90s, it was still pretty hard to just disappear for 2 years. And also, a lot of the people who call in to Coast, that's basically their whole personality. And I think it would be very hard for somebody who is trying to really convince the world that they have this type of device would be able to resist the temptation of calling in again, even if it was just a 1 month or 6 month break.
So that's the thing. He was obsessed with calling in to the show. He was doing it over and over and over again.
So
And-
I really think either there was something of high strangeness going on, or the guy literally got institutionalized and against his will and just disappeared for 2 years until they decided to let him out of the system. But I feel like if that happened, there would be some record of whatever company or association picked him up and locked him away. So I think it could be a very good case of high strangeness.
Jason, I hope you have the other thing that I want you to talk about pulled up. What do you think?
I mean, the Missouri State Highway Patrol did not ever have him recorded as a missing person within the state of Missouri. So I would like to think that, you know, you have to be like paying taxes and the whole 9 yards. And there's certain things that eventually people will just kind of declare you as dead or missing or just something. If you have loved ones around, I feel like if you were to just vanish for 2 years, like,
Yeah, 2 years is a long time.
I
You see
would
what Mike
certainly
looked like?
hope that.
Show me.
Also, he does.
Oh
he
my-
looks like a creature.
Is that Dave Guevara?
He looks scary.
Is that Dave
He looks
Guevara?
like a creature. Like I saw pictures of him.
He looks like someone that would get lost in a fucking time
He
machine.
looks like
Yeah.
someone that's being in our band.
Like imagine like Smeagol
freaks
with like
me out.
very long hair. Basically,
out.
it's
But still
pretty
bald.
crazy.
Still like balding.
Yeah, he's bald. Yeah,
His eyes
has
scare
long
me.
hair. It's weird.
he looks like an alien.
Yeah.
So I feel like he is probably just a nut job who went on a bender, ended up in Ohio, and was like, "Oh, I remember doing this before." And I mean, I wouldn't want to admit that I willingly went to Ohio either, so I'd probably make up some story to end up there. But I guess I don't have a paper trail like he does with Coast to Coast and Jacob's Ladders and making time machines and stealing Transformers stuff.
Isaac, what do you think, baby?
We all know electricity's weird, judging by Tesla. He did a lot of weird stuff.
And you.
I don't do nothing weird.
Allegedly.
With electricity, my boy.
Thank you, Will. No, it's all, yeah, it's totally, I mean, definitely interesting, but at the same time, it's like, to have all that equipment, what is he tapping that onto, right? If you have a transformer and you need a high voltage source, what's he doing with that? Is he plugging it into a freaking outlet and trying to transform it, or is he going straight to a high voltage source?
He caused a blackout somehow.
Right.
So
he
what do you
clearly
have to
did
do
something
to do that?
stupid.
Right.
So it's been a while since I took a circuits class. Like, does it literally just like make like if I put like 20 volts in, it can put like 60 out kind of thing? So if I like daisy chain a bunch of these things, like,
No.
is that how do they work?
I mean, yes, whatever you put in, they have a certain ratio, right?
Yeah.
So whatever you put on the top side, it's going to put in a certain
So it's
ratio
like a
out.
gear ratio
But
kind
you
of
have
thing.
to put the right voltages in, and you get your voltages out, obviously.
But what if I put my wiener in one side? Will it transform it into a Decepticon on the other side?
No, Josh, stop banging transformers.
Stop banging transes, Jess. Anyway, back to me. There's a little part I left out. So there's another funny thing too, is that they also in the 1930s in California, police found a dead man on the beach that was carrying something that looked like a cell phone. The only thing that Mike said he brought with him was a cell phone with him, like a crude 1990s cell phone, and that's what they recorded finding in the beach in this California town.
So, like, he left like a
So they found a
Corpse?
future
No,
version
like
So
of
he
him?
went in the
So-
past.
They found a
that's the thing.
future version of him dead in the past?
Could be a future version of him dead in the past and then him coming through in the future. So
So if you're time traveling, you're immune then to death?
I don't know about that.
No, but you can die before and still be alive
Yeah.
in the now.
I don't like that.
I think
Oh, good. I don't like that.
I think he was probably messing with some stuff that's really weird that you probably
Dude, and we know like about Tesla's stuff. Like Tesla did some.
well,
weird shit.
not only Tesla, but like the Glock or whatever, right? The Bell.
Tesla
Foo-
had doomsday devices.
The
Yeah.
Foo
the
Fighters.
size of a phone.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things I don't think we understand. I mean, time's a weird thing too, right? Like,
No one understands it, right? We know what it is, but no one understands
Yeah.
how that we know what it is.
so I'm not going to say this is not provable or provable. I think Coast to Coast gets a lot of cool stories. But like you said, I listen to Coast a lot. Most people call every day. They're not going to just stop calling
For 2 years, especially.
for 2 years. So, listeners, what the heck do you think?
Call this guy up. What's his name? George Shrinks.
It's George Shrinks. His name is Madman Mike from Missouri. This is Up What You Think. We are signing off and burping, I guess, right, Will?
Yep.
All right.